Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to some of you, and peace out to the rest of you. Hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. So I am at work, so I'm not going to raise my voice for this, but I'm going to calmly state this for many of you. If there's this notion going around that BGS does not help anybody, I'm going to state right now that that notion is some sure bit. I have agreed and disagreed with BGS, and he has not been a jerk about it. And Man of Tomorrow I don't expect him to care much for me or my channel because he goes in on BGS, and I don't have an issue with him. I mean, I do have different opinions at times, but I don't have an issue with him. My only issue with MOT is him going in on BGS when BGS wasn't looking for no smoke with him. But even MOT does not say that BGS never helps anybody. I mean, I never heard MOT say it. Granted, I'm not going to lie, I don't listen much. I haven't had much time to, but I don't remember hearing him say that BGS helps nobody. So I'm going to give shouts out to BGS and Edward Allen Anderson and Don Calypso in this one, and Gale at Night and Red Lion and Red Falls Black. For hitting the share button on my stuff. I mean that. I really do appreciate that. And as I'm recording this now with you, I'm waiting on my laptop to finish editing something that I'm going to put up on Patreon and Odyssey. And that's where I spent an hour. I recorded that one before I recorded what you all heard, in which I go in on the thoughts and the hyenas that come from Somali background and ran their men off and even ridiculed some of their better women. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, well, see, before I recorded the one you all heard, I recorded one that's an hour long, and I'm waiting on a laptop to edit that one. And the reason that I have the subscribers on Patreon that I have, and I appreciate every last one of you, but the reason that they knew about me to subscribe to me was because of other people hitting the share button. People have come in and they have subscribed. Sometimes I go into someone's chat while they're live and I'm talking, and they write back and they say, yo, Black, yeah, man, BGS sent me to your channel. Edward Allen Anderson sent me to your channel. Don Calypso sent me to your channel. Every time somebody hits the share button, BGS has really been hitting it. And Don Calypso has hit it on Facebook oftentimes. And every time someone does it, and there have been plenty that have done this on Discord, and I might not even know about it. Passport OG, shouts out and thanks a million for doing that. I think you've done it on Discord and YouTube, and I really appreciate that. The reason why my subs know about me here or on Patreon, or Odyssey for that matter, is because of people hitting the share button. We are not a clique or a group that just does not help. Now, not everybody can help as much as everybody else can. We're not all equal fingers on a hand. We're not all identical fingers on a hand. Some of us are indexes, some of us are thumbs, some of us are pinkies because we just got started. Some of us are ring fingers and some of us are middle fingers. Some of us are the palms and some of us are the wrist. That's normal, completely normal. I don't want to give the impression, I don't want to even sit by and say that this is normal. This is not the case. No, BGS helps out, and he's one of many who helps out. And I don't even think that he would appreciate if I didn't give credit not only to him, but to the others too. And I don't think Edward Allen Anderson would want me giving him credit, but then not giving BGS credit. I don't think Don Calypso would want me to give Don Calypso credit and not say thanks to Mr. Anderson. Roger Report Live is giving shouts out and told everybody, man, you have got to go subscribe to his channel. Shouts out to you and thank you a million times over. I don't think he would want me to give him credit and leave out the others. And there have been others whose names I don't even know. I know Gale at Night's been hitting the share button and she's been hitting Cash App. She's been doing both. And I want you all to go and check out her side of the story, which she's been allowed to keep up. I want y'all to go and check out her side of the story when it comes to Rhoda Osman. She has information. Some of it she's not allowed to say, but what she's allowed to say, go listen. She has more receipts than I can remember at this point. And in the midst of her beef, she does not take away the credit that is due to the party that beefs with her. Now, I ain't going to front right now. I don't want a lawsuit on my hands, and that's why I'm careful about what I would even disclose based on any NDAs, even if I didn't sign them, based on any NDAs of which I may not be a party. But then on it, by the same token, I actually am somewhat prepared if need be. But I'm not going to get into that right now. I have other battles I need to fight. But I can say this. Gail has helped out, and I did not even expect that. Bilal Gazekpo, Bilal also of the features, and Bilal Gazekpo, thank you, sir, for your generosity on both ends. He's come through. Tika Harding. I've talked about cases and specific examples of behavior from which we can learn in order to say what it is that we can learn from. But I actually have not put the names of my helpers in my mouth enough. I've not placed their names on my tongue enough, and for that, I'm very sorry. But no, in this particular circle, this sphere, people actually do help each other out once they've heard the message and they get familiar with when they get familiar with who is saying what. I will say one thing I have seen is actually quite a bit of caution amongst our circles. It's not like a middle school in every single situation. It's like a circle of adults with a few middle schoolers up in it. We just don't know they're middle schoolers because they sound and probably are old and big enough to not be in middle school anymore. But we have credit to give. This is me giving you all your flowers now while we're alive and well and can hear. You've earned it. And I really do appreciate it. And I hope to be in a position where I can do more and you don't even know it's me. I'd love that. There have been other helpers whose names I don't know, that they didn't tell me who they were there, and I just never found out about them. And I really do appreciate that. Abdullah bin Bobby, Abdul Malik, Dwight Hayes started off doing this for me. They began this. And I don't know how Abdullah is right now. I hope he's okay. I know even less about Dwight Hayes. I have not heard from him in months. So if any of you know where he is, be sure to tell him that I said from the bottom of my black heart and from the depths of my black mind, thank you. No, we have helped out. Despite the negative stereotypes that have surrounded our demographic, we have helped out. Generally speaking, we have been willing to be helpful to each other until we're punished for it. I hope that what I've said has been a benefit. And as always, thanks for listening. And to those of you to hit the share button. Black heart, black mind, black out. Assalamu alaikum, black heterosexual, non-select male power because they don't like it. Black patriarchy until extinction of Judgment Day. Thank you for flying with us again here on Jet Black Airways, where jet black is also a verb. Keep jetting black with us until the wings and the wheels fall off. Gender, justice, forever.